guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Andrew, and today we're going to talk about financial literacy. We're going to talk about a concept that actually helped me when we just got inside of real estate 2 years ago. This concept is a concept that I took from a book, and this concept is a concept that also assists me in coming out of debt and even understanding how money works, what to do with money, and how to spread the money where the money makes sense. Because a lot of time what me did find, as a truck driver driving truck for 10 years, sometime we will make 70,000, and you have a next time for the next year we will make 130,000. Now that's a $50,000 difference, but guess what? Nothing changed. The $50,000, even though it show on paper or it show on your taxes that you make an additional 50,000, the lifestyle remain the same. The car you drive remain the same. Everything remain the same. And you say to yourself, where did that $50,000 go? Now I know as Jamaican, you guys can relate to where that is concerned. Once you don't know how to use the money, once you don't know how to place the money, it doesn't matter at all how much money you make, whether it's 100,000, whether it's 100 million. If you don't allocate the money at the right places and do the right thing with the money, then of course, it's always gonna be poverty. It is always going to be anxiety, it is always going to be depression, and it's always going to be something, despair. There's no hope. That is why a lot of we cannot see inside of the future where we can become a millionaire, because it's just a revolving cycle doing the same thing over and over. And it doesn't matter if you make $1 or $10, the lifestyle remains the same. And it is, if it wasn't for books that taught me this concept, as you can see over that side, I have a bunch of self-help books, but we will get inside of that at a different date. If it wasn't for me understanding how money works and understanding the mindset around it and how to live below my means, of course, I would still experience that. And this is the concept that I want to teach you guys today. Jamaican, more you tap in. I'm going to give you it raw, just like only like for have sex, right? So let's go. Now, I'm going to start off the video a different type of way. Let's go over to the whiteboard. Now, we have 3 planes of existence that we live on. Let's say that. Right? We have the physical. I'm so explain why is it that I start off the video like this. We have the mental and we have the spiritual. Right? Now, when we get money, whenever we get any type of earnings, it doesn't matter the amount of money. All this have to be satisfied. I'm going to show you how you apportion it. I'm going to show you how it makes sense. Now, I'm now going to draw out the video. Now, on the physical plane, whenever you get money, you work at W2, meaning you're 9 to 5. Right? When you get money on the physical plane, for easy maths, let's go with $1,000. Let's go with $1,000. The government first take taxes. Now, I want to say the taxes are 33 and a third % of this $1,000. Now, I need to go get my phone, because I need to do some maths. Your taxes is this amount that the government take. Before you even get the money inside of your bank account, the government gone with the taxes. This is on the physical plane. So, say for instance, you end up with, you know what, I'm not going to guess. Sorry guys, I don't want to guess. I want to have my calculator. Because I want to show you guys where is it that we're messed up and why is it that we're still living in poverty. So we have $1,000. And we got times 33% for easy maths. Right? So with taxes, I will leave with $670 after we take with taxes out. So this is where we go home with. So this is our net pay. This is our gross, and this is our net. We want to break it down so you guys can understand what is it that we're coming from. What a lot of people do, guys, a lot of people spend this. Spend. Let's say spend. A lot of people spend all of this. And this is where poverty comes in. This is where poverty comes in, because a lot of us spend this. Guess what we didn't do? The spiritual taxes. There's taxes that belongs to the universe that a lot of us is not aware of. As I tell you before, It was a book that brought this to my attention. I'm going to tell you now. There's taxes on the spiritual plane. Now, let's go back to the physical plane. If you don't pay your physical taxes, the government, now we are talking about W2. So the government take the money outside of your account way before them even send it come gear and gear what is it that they want to give you, right? Now, if you was an entrepreneur, you would have to pay your taxes. Now, there are sanctions that the government put into place. IRS have a lot of sanction where if you don't pay your taxes, you have penalty on the physical plane. The penalty sometimes can be arrest, them garnish a paycheck, them come look for you. There's a lot of times you hear about people who do not pay their taxes. There is consequences to not paying the taxes on the physical plane. Guys, there are also consequences for not paying the taxes on the spiritual plane. The only difference is that you have to pay these taxes. The government are going to make sure that them take out the taxes way before you guys even get the money for go home with. Because them know say if them send home a lot of you with the money, they're not going to pay the taxes. And then them have to come off on them, come arrest you and boof back on them and just treat you in all different type of ways. But the government smart enough to know say they have to take the taxes. With the entrepreneur, where you have to pay your taxes at the end of the year is a complete different thing. So we'll soon go over to the entrepreneur side. We just teach you guys why is it that it no matter if you make 1,000 or 1,000,000, the amount remain the same when you're not paying these taxes. Now one would did ask, so Andrew, what is the spiritual taxes? Remember, this is upon you. You have to pay this. Nobody ever force you. But there's also consequences for not paying these taxes. You know what the consequences? Come back again. Poverty. Anxiety. Desperation. Feeling like you're on the same cycle. Somebody would have asked, what is the spiritual taxes we need to pay? I'm going to come over here, sir, I'm going to tell you. These. Because this is what gonna replace this. Your investment. Now, out of this 670, now remember guys, we use small numbers because we know a lot of you guys don't make $1,000. Some people might make more, but the concept apply regardless. This 670 right here, sir. When I make this is not to be spent. You still owe the universal taxes. You still owe the universal taxes. I'm going to try to spell universal. You still need the universal taxes. This right here is supposed to be 20%. This right here, so I should have put savings first. Supposed to be 10%. And this supposed to be another 10%. So from this, call it 70% or no, just for easy numbers, say 70%. Yeah, 70%. This net amount, you can't spend this. If you spend this, your life will revolve in a circle. And this is the concept for me that changed my life completely 2 years ago and crawled me outside of debt. Because once you spend this amount, then you have to go back to your W2 again for make this amount and spend this amount. So you won't have nothing. We are going to replace a W2 eventually. 20% of your salary. 20%, let's go again for easy numbers. So we have 670. Because I try to make that video real short. We have 670 times 20%. Which would have been $134. This have to go towards your investment. You can't spend this. You have a next 10%. After you subtract this from that, whatever that amount is, let's do the maths again. So we have 670, I will subtract 134. We equal 536. We got times that again by 10%. Easy maths, $54. This have to go towards savings. Guys, every single dollar where you get as an income, you have to pay the universal taxes. This is why a lot of us inside of the cycle that we're inside of where poverty is concerned. Because we think we're supposed to spend with net amount. We're not even start pay bills yet. This has to come out first before we even start to pay bills. So meaning, if you live at 70% of this, you over-live. You live above your means. So this 20, 10, 40% supposed to come out. Remember, you can always spend it if you want, but understand the consequences will come with it. I'm going to recommend the next video I'm going to recommend the book where you can get the concept from. If you don't take a next 40% outright and live off at 30%, your life shall be nothing but poverty. So this is where you're supposed to pay your bill from, this is where you're supposed to spend from, and this is where you're supposed to eat from, and this is where you're supposed to do everything from. This got to come out. Your savings, your investment, and your charity. Don't forget charity. Now, this is a topic what I'm going to say. I'm going to elaborate on this a little bit. We are all spiritual beings having a humanly experience. And what I mean by that? We are here to serve others. We are here to serve others. Outside of the physical realm, we are all one. There's no separation. The separation only takes place inside of the physical realm. Now, one would ask, what is it that you mean by that? I'm not going to make this a spiritual class. But as a spiritual being, we're all connected. Meaning, what you do for one person, you actually do it for yourself. Me, Andrew Powell, right now, are the flesh. This is not the real me. The real me is here. The real me is the spiritual being. It's just that me are driving a vehicle, we call a body, one name Andrew Powell. Outside of the physical realm, in the spiritual world, you wouldn't know Andrew different from Jane because we're all a ball of energy. So whatever I do to that person, I do it for myself. And this is where charity comes in. You have to pay charity. This is you I tell the universe that you understand spirituality where you're giving charity. And charity don't mean you have a daughter where you send $100 to Jamaica every single week so she can go to school. Charity mean you see somebody upon the road, go feed the homeless. Feed the homeless. Take a portion of your salary and feed the homeless. This is important. This probably is the most important part because this is you saying to the universe, hey, I understand I have to give back. You have to find a way to give 10%, whatever this 10% is. Subtract this from this, this from this, find 10%, and that 10% at all times supposed to going back to humanity. This is you paying a debt to the universe. If you cannot pay these spiritual taxes, as I said before, these are concepts that I took from a book that actually took me out of poverty, that actually give me some sense of relief. I'm going to break it down a little bit further. Now, this, guys, have to be done. Now, once you take out this 40%, outside of your 70% and left with 30%, this is what you use for pay your bill. Now, you don't only pay taxes for the land, you have to pay your universal taxes also. You have to pay your spiritual taxes, you have to pay your universal taxes. It is a tax that has to be paid by you. This right here is what replaces your W-2. So, if you want to work until you're 50, until you're 60, until you're dead, thinking that because they have 401k over here so you can retire upon 401k, when you stop it. You know, as much as me I teach this, right? Mama said this to you guys. As much as me I teach this and me I break this down, this is really a real estate channel. I'm going to teach you how to make money. I'm going to teach you how to make $100,000 a year and how to make money. How to turn this into a business, the real estate that me I talk about, right? Or for own rental. But before you make the money, guys, you have to know how you apportion the money. Because it doesn't matter if you make 100,000 or 100 million. If you don't apply this concept, if this concept is not applied to your income, it won't make a difference. So for me, before I go down inside of the because I'm going to bring enough information where I can teach you guys about wholesaling, about buying and selling, about flipping, about new construction, because I've done it all. But I still want to make you know what to do with the money when you get the money. Because if you can't apply this, if me tell you how to make 100,000 now, right? And you make the 100K. And when you make the 100K, you spend the 100K and buy pretty clothes and pretty shoes, and you floss and you bra and you go on with a bag of things. This only going to put you in a trouble. So I want to make sure you have an understanding. Now you can go read it. If you don't want to take my words, go read it. Go research it. But what we want to do with you guys is to teach you what needs to be done whenever the money come inside of your account. Now, when you become an entrepreneur and you start work for yourself, of course, the government now going to pay your taxes. They're going to get all of your money. So taxes would have to be here. And we'll put taxes at 10%. Taxes first always come out. Right, so if the government don't take the taxes will be on you. But yet still, these right here have to be paid. Now, your savings, let me say something to you about your savings. Your savings is something will provide you room. And it provides you space mentally for operate. So, say for instance, I don't want to rub off the board, but say for instance, your monthly salary equal, not your salary, expense. Your monthly expense equal $3,000 for easy numbers. So your rent, everything, your rent, your car payment, your light bill, your food money, money for go back to work equal $3,000. For your savings, this is something important. Your savings supposed to be at 30 times 6. So 6 months. Your savings account, when you know if you stop save, is when you have 6 months for cover yourself in the event that anything happen. 3 6 is 18. So your savings account is supposed to be 18,000. Now for me, we got 6 months. When you reach 18,000 is when you feel safe. So you know whatever happen, guys, for the next 6 months, you're okay. You can balance yourself. This is the target for your savings account. Only if though, your monthly expense at 3,000. Whatever your monthly expense is multiplied by 6 and this are your savings account. This is the target for your savings account. Now for me, whenever you reach this amount, stop. Don't save. Guys, remember, whenever you save money, it don't make you any money. You try to put your money for work for replace your 9 to 5. That is how you come out of poverty, right? So if your income $1,000, your investment at some point in time, I'm going to show you how to also invest. But your investment at some point in time is supposed to bring this amount of money for replace your income, right? So for me, once I reach $18,000, the book say, now stop save. Stop save and increase this. Put the 10%, put this 10% right here. So now you start to invest because now you have enough money where if 6 months come, you don't just want to save. The only way you keep saving is if something go wrong inside of your life. Say you have a car breakdown, right? And you have to use some of the 18,000 and you use $1,000. You use $1,000 for car expense, right? And it come down to now 17,000. Then you go back and you apply back the 10% until you reach 18,000. You always want, the only time you stop saving is when you have 6 months and your monthly expense put down inside the account. There's no reason to go over that. You start to now apply this to your investment account. And you start to take 30% now. This, the charity, always have to be given. The charity, guys, you always have to, and as I said before, don't pick a cousin, don't pick a nephew, don't pick a niece and send them $100. And you need to make sure, you ever hear them talk about tithe? This is your tithe. We're not dealing with a church business though, but this is your tithe. Go find the homeless, go feed the homeless. Make that be an event that you have to do. You have to give back to the universe. Make that be an event that you guys do on the weekend. Go find somebody, go find an orphanage, go find somebody who has no mother, who have no father. Go see somebody and cook some food and give them. These are charitable events. I'm not talking about a cousin. If you're going to give a cousin money, give it outside of your 30% left. If after you pay your bills and you do everything and you have money, this is where you give your kids the money from. You can't touch this, guys. Don't ever try to go around the universe. The universe is a place you cannot go around them. Right? Now, I'm not going to stretch out the video. But me I tell you, You have to follow this concept in order for break outside of the cycle of poverty. It's easy. 20% goes towards investment of your salary, your net pay. When you get a net pay, you can't spend everything. You spend everything, you're in a trouble. 20% of this have to go towards investment. Even if you don't have nothing to invest in right now, still put it inside the account and prepare for when time the opportunity come. Because that is what I'm going to teach you next. When the opportunity come, where is it that you're supposed to get this money from? You can't spend everything. And next 10% supposed to go towards savings. This is your target if this is your Monday expense. Easy maths. We call it nigger language. Whenever I read these books, right? Because for me, I don't read books. I study book. We will read one book all for 1 month straight, 5 different times. So it becomes a study. It is for me to extract those information from the books and carry it and give you guys in something what we call layman terms. Me call it nigger language, but you can call it layman terms, where me kind of can extract the information and give it to you guys where it can be more understandable, rather than having you guys for go read the book. Because sitting down inside a book and reading it from page to page, I ain't get nothing from it. Did you really read the book? Was it really a read? So me now, me study the book. And this is what we get in order to replace a 9 to 5, right? So your savings account, this, charity, every single month. Don't cheat it. You can't do round numbers either. Oh, me just gonna take $100 and get them on the round. So do 10%. You cannot trick the universe. The 10%, the 20%, and the 10%. When you reach a certain amount inside of your savings account, you remove this 10% and you add it to your investment. So you want your investment account for when the opportunity arises, you have enough money for go, because the opportunity will come. We're going to show you in the real estate part of things how you get those opportunities and where that money is supposed to come from. So the 30% are your lifestyle. Now, if you live above this, if your lifestyle more than 30% and it is 50%, you know what that means? You live above your means. You cannot afford to do that. Find some, you have to get rid of all of the things them. Get rid of the clothes spending. Get rid of the expensive car where you have. Because remember, life is not about the car. Life is about getting an investment at some point in time to replace a 9 to 5. That is what me had was to do. That's how me did that for them. In order to crawl out of poverty. In order to have a better life. And one day, you're going to look up and this become $2,000. Because your money now start to work for you. Because you've quit your 9 to 5. Guys, remember, skill set. You need skill set. Investment make up of 2 people. It's either you have the skill set or you have the money. If you have the money, you invest. If you don't have the money, you need the skill set. If you don't have the 2 of them, if you have the 2 of them, that's good. If you only have one, that's still good. If you don't have the 2 of them, you don't have the money plus you don't have the skill set, that's going to name yourself in America. And that's what we want the channel to be about. We want the channel surround teaching you guys when you get money, it doesn't matter the amount of money where you get. But if you follow the order of the universe, remember, there is penalty in not following the order of the universe. But I know if you want to live and face those penalties. This is my personal opinion. I don't know if you really want to go through life and have to suffer this. See, the government can easily lock you up if you don't pay them taxes. It can easily come for you. But this right, sir, the universal taxes, and this is a universal law, if you not pay these taxes, just know, sir, a poverty I got rain upon you at all times. It doesn't matter if you work at KFC, if you work at Burger King, it doesn't matter if you check a $500, apply this principle at once. At the only way it works. I mean, I put these things in your subconscious mind for when time you get the money and you spend it, something inside of you bother you. Like, I'm not supposed to spend this. I'm supposed to go inside of this and take out all of this and then spend the rest. If the rest can't cover your bill, you live amongst them, you live above your means. If this 30% can't cover you until you get paycheck again, you live above your means. I don't care if you have to give up the car. I don't care if you have to come down for your apartment. I don't care, you probably have to get a next job. But this, guys, I'm going to leave you with it today. I'm not going to stretch out the video. I have a series of wholesaling video and real estate video coming, which I'm going to show you guys how to earn $100,000 a year doing real estate. I know a lot of you guys want to get inside of real estate, but let me get this out of the way first. And once we get this out of the way, we'll show you how to make the money. as we in Jamaica would have said, I'm going to see you later, I'm going to see you in the next video. I salute you. And hey, I want you to like, share, subscribe. Comment down inside of the channel also and tell me, want to clear to you. Tell me what you want me to touch upon. Tell me. The information is there. And if I don't have it, I go find a book, read it, and then I come do it in a nigger language. Because that's why I have to do it so raw. Because that's the only way I can understand it. I can't come nice it up and tell you. Because someone know as Jamaican, we get caught inside of the Jamaican way of thinking. And a hit give you the result what we have. Which cause we fear work 7 jobs. I could get rid of that. I could start to think different, start to act different. You know what I mean? And get better result. Until next time, me catching again. I'm out.